Hello guys, my name is Alexandra and welcome to my channel Azure Foundations. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a Windows virtual machine in the Azure portal. We will deploy the virtual machine with the latest Windows Server data center, which is Windows Server 2019. However, you can also choose 2016 or 2012 depending on your needs. The difference between the data centers, in short, is of course the price and that the latest data center has improvements in new features which are not present in the oldest versions. However, it's again up to you which one you will choose. For the purpose of deploying a virtual machine in the cloud, you will need an Azure subscription. If you don't have one already, or you just want to test the functionalities of Azure before deciding whether it's the right platform for you, I would recommend starting with the free trial. With the free trial subscription, you will receive $200 for free to explore Azure for 30 days. And later on, if you would like to upgrade, you can switch to a regular pay-as-you-go subscription where you pay for basically what you use. I will share the link for the free trial in the description box of the video below. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first step that you obviously need to do is to sign into the Azure portal. The website is portal.azure.com. Now that you're here, there are several ways by which you can start deploying a virtual machine. The first one is by clicking on Create a Resource on the home page. Search for the Compute section and then click on Virtual Machine. This will prompt you to the basic template for creating a virtual machine. The second way is to click directly on the portal menu in the upper left corner. Search for virtual machines. Now, by doing this, you will be prompted to see all your existing virtual machines. And if you're just starting with your subscription and you haven't created any VMs yet, this screen will be empty, just like mine now. So to create a virtual machine, you need to click on the Add button. And again, we are seeing the same starting screen. Here you can see that there are 7 sections that can be filled in. However, not all of them are mandatory. The mandatory fields are the ones with the red symbol. Let's see the basics. So in the first drop-down menu, you will have your subscriptions. At the moment I have one, but in case you have 2, 3 or even 10 subscriptions, you can choose from the drop-down menu which subscription do you want to use for the creation of this particular virtual machine. The second blade is for the resource group. For beginners, I would recommend creating a new resource group. In short, the resource group is a container that will hold all of your virtual machine resources that will be created during the deployment of the virtual machine, such as virtual network, subnet, etc. So I will create a new resource group which I will call Azure Foundations RG for resource group. Now we have the instance details. The virtual machine name, this is the name of your virtual machine and it will be displayed like that in the portal. So I will call it Azure Foundations VM virtual machine. For region, I would advise you to choose the nearest region to your physical location in order to cut down the costs. In my case, this will be either North or West Europe. The availability options are not mandatory. So in order to explain what this is, basically the availability is the annual percentage rate that a system is functional and working. Um, so here as an option, you have availability zone and also you have availability set. The availability set um, is a group with two or more virtual machines in the same data center. So imagine an outage appears. This ensures that at least one of the virtual machines hosted on Azure will be available if something happens with the other. This is in case you have an outage in regards to your virtual machine. Availability zone is the next level of Azure high availability because virtual machines are in different physical locations or data centers. Each zone is made up of one or more data centers. So imagine an outage appears in a data center, which is a high level. This ensures the machine will be up and running if something happens with the data center. The next mandatory field is the image. The image is related to the operational system. As advised at the beginning of the video, we will pick Windows 2019 data center. However, you can see that you can also deploy machines running with Linux or Ubuntu. So we pick Windows Server 2019. Let's see the sizes. For the sizes, there are various different options. A good one for general purpose is B2MS, even though all of them are made for general purpose and they're all good. All of the VMs you see here are with a balanced CPU to memory ratio. They're ideal for testing and development, small to medium databases, and low to medium traffic web servers. Um, the difference is within the RAM, the data disks, the temp storage, the CPUs. The prices that you see here are estimates and are for full 24/7 usage of the virtual machine during 30 days. For more accurate pricing based on your needs, you can check the pricing calculator. Here is a link at the bottom. So I will select this one. Now, after you're done with that, you will have to pick your administrator's credentials. These are the username and password through which you will connect to the virtual machine itself. So I will pick Asia Foundations and the password. I will confirm the password. Okay, for now, we will allow RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol Connection, and HTTP. We don't have a Windows Server license, so we will keep that as no. Let's move to the disk section. The first option that you need to choose is the operational system's disk type. Here you have three options. The difference between SSD and HDD disks is in the performance, durability, power consumption, running capabilities, access time, etc. So compared to HDD, SSD is much more effective but more expensive as well. This VM supports premium SSDs, so I will leave it like that. I will leave the encryption type the default one as well. You see that Azure also offers the option to create and attach a new disk, or if you have an existing disk, you can attach it as well. Next, we move to the networking. By default, a virtual network and a subnet is being created. Here you can see the virtual machine that was being created automatically and the subnet as well. You can see also that you have generated that you have a a public IP being generated. This IP you can use if you want to communicate with the virtual machine from outside of the virtual network. The rest of the network settings I'm gonna leave like this. Okay. Um, on the management section, I would just enable the auto shutdown. Just right here. This is a very useful option in case you won't be using the machine 24/7 and you want it shut down at a particular time during the day. For example, if my working hours are from 9 to 6, I will select the machine to be shutting down at 6 p.m. my time zone, and in this way I won't be thinking every day about turning it off. Hence, it won't generate any extra charge as well if I accidentally forget to shut down the machine. So I select on, shutdown time, time zone, OTC +2. I'm gonna leave it for 6 p.m. You can choose whether you will receive a notification prior shutdown or not. In order to avoid the spam, I will turn that off. The advanced section, these are additional configurations, agents, scripts, or applications. I will need that right now, so I'm gonna continue. Tags are not needed as well at the moment. They're usually used when you have many resources and you want to organize the services and management hierarchy within them. So I'm not gonna put any tag here. Now, let's review and create our virtual machine. If we have filled in everything properly, the validation should pass. Okay, validation passed. This is the average price per hour. Now, when I click on Create, it will take some time for the virtual machine to be deployed, somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. I will get back to you when the deployment is complete. I'm back and the deployment is now complete. Let's test the virtual machine using the remote desktop connection. So I'll click on Go to Resource, which will directly prompt me to the virtual machine. At the moment, the virtual machine is started. However, if you have turned it off, you will need to click on the Start button first and then on the Connect button. We'll use RDP, which stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. The Remote Desktop Protocol is a secure network communication protocol designed for remote management, meaning that by using RDP you can start your virtual machine from any computer. The process is pretty straightforward. In most cases, the default IP address and port should be used. If the VM has just-in-time policy set, which is usually used for extra security, you will firstly need to request access. However, now we don't have just-in-time policy, so I will directly proceed with downloading the RDP file. Okay, so I open the RDP file and select Connect. Here, you will need to click on More Choices and use a different account. I'm gonna type the username and the password I have picked up at the beginning of the video. Click Yes so that it can verify the identity of the virtual machine. And voila, this is your virtual machine in production and you can start exploiting it now. If you find this video useful, please like the content and subscribe to my channel for future Azure tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. Stay happy and productive. Cheers.